What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunched Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Nonito, Donaire, Naoya, Inoue 2. I know I'm a little late, but I want to counterpunch this fight and break down the short-lived rematch between the two challengers. We had one hell of a fight on the first go-round. It was a very good fight. Nonito Donaire proved that he still belonged in the ring. Even though he took that L, he gave two other L's after that, okay? To Bali, and I forgot the other fighter's name. But they were two unbeaten fighters, so he proved that he was still some good, okay? However, this was not the case going up against the same fighter. And I'm going to tell you guys something. This here is a result, okay? This here is a result of getting old overnight. Okay, this is all that is, because the last two fights left, he showed you who he was. He showed you a very above average representation of who he was as a fighter. He showed you the power. And the power, when you have that, you always stand a chance. But understand, everything else declines. Okay? And that's exactly what happened to Nonito Donaire. He was caught with a short left hook. It buckled him. He was caught with a right hand. That also buckled him. You know, and you could tell that he really couldn't pull the trigger like he normally does. That left hook is always delayed because he has so much power behind it. I get it. But Nonito, I think his time is up. I think he had a great career, okay? He was a champion. He retained the championship after the loss. But then he took the loss from the same person that beat him the last time, okay? And fights like this makes me understand, and it should let everyone else know, and they could consider the possibility of why Gennady Golovkin will be stopped by Canelo Alvarez. Why? Because Canelo Alvarez is going to get better. He got better. While Triple G is getting older. Triple G may still be able to beat some fighters, but some fighters you won't be able to beat. Especially when your body and career and everything else is going on the decline. Okay? Experience only means certain things for a certain amount of time. Experience is only good when you're still physically able to do the things that you know experience will show you. If you're not able to do certain things physically, experience doesn't mean anything. You might as well be a spectator looking at somebody, telling somebody else how to fight a person like a trainer does, right? Or an ex-fighter used to do. But with him, he wasn't able to do that. You know, his punches were coming too powerful. He was coming too much. He was still, Inoue's still a young fighter, bro. So yes, he came on strong because he expected that same version of Nonito Donaire back when they fought the first time. So he came no hold barred. That's why he came and ripped him to shreds. But little did he know, Nonito Donaire, this one was more seasoned, was older, was slower, and wasn't ready for that type of firepower. Okay? That's all that is. Getting old overnight. This is a direct example of that. It can happen, people. It can happen. It happened to Manny Pacquiao. Okay, he found out that he couldn't jump and pounce like he used to that night when he fought Yordenis Ugas. Okay, it happens. It happens to a lot of fighters. Joe Louis, it happened to him, even though he knew he was way past his prime. The government messed him over, so that's pretty much the problem with that. He had to go back into the ring. But nonetheless, Inoue showed him, who was younger, showed him that he was still hungry, showed him that style will always be difficult to him. And I think at 39 years of age, people, and he'll be 40 this year on November the 16th, that he should either hang up the gloves. I hope financially his family didn't suck him dry, because, there was, I think it was a behind the scenes, maybe it was a 24/7 or an all access, where him and his wife was explaining on how traditions are done in the Philippines, how most people kind of lay in on one person and have that one person to take care of a whole family of people in another country. So I hope that's not the case with him, and I hope he's financially set with the 2 winnings or these 3 fights that he's fought last, and he's able to retire comfortably, without his family digging in and asking for, because I hate beggars, because that's what it seems like to me. It's like he's entitled to pay for everyone, and the bad thing is he's grown up to think that type of mentality. Okay, so I hope that he's able to retire, because I don't want to see Nonito Donaire fade to just get beat down to nothing at all, to the point he can't even enjoy the rest of his life. Okay, you have to keep in mind, conditioning, training, punishment, wear and tear, and the money all comes together. If you're lucky, the money comes then. And a lot of people wish they could retire at 40 years of age, right? Whereas some people retire at 60, 70, right? So you got 30 years, hopefully, if he's lucky, or more. So I hope he's able to enjoy that with all the wear and tear and the punishment that he took in the ring, right? And I think that's a good run for Nonito Donaire. Good power, love his personality, he loves his family, good power, good punching power. He made a name for himself, him, Manny Pacquiao, they have nothing to be ashamed of. But Inoue is on his way. Okay, because he's on his journey. Nonito, I think, and I feel, should be at the end. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Nonito Donaire being stopped in round 2 by Naoya Inoue. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.